Hello and welcome to Not Gambling Advice, the baseball betting show on the Just Baseball Network. I got a new mic. I don't know if you guys can see. So if you can let me know in the chat if I'm 10-4s, if you can hear me well, if it's too loud.
It's a little loud.
It's a little loud. I'm just going to move it away from me a little bit. Right? We're going to put it over here. How's that sound? Can you guys just let me know in chat if my audio is a little bit too loud, it's too quiet? Just let me know. 10s. Thank you, Kitch. Appreciate you chiming in. Echo 10-4s. We love it. We got a big show ahead of us. I have 3 picks. We have 8 people coming on our show today. All beasts, right? We got Javon, we got Gino, we got Jen, we got Aram, we got Colby. We have so many people here trying to win the entire thing. And remember, subscribers of this Twitch channel, if I'm able to win, I'm giving away my World Series tickets to a subscriber of this Twitch channel. If I get second place, $500 cash prize. I have a lot of work to do. Producer Connor, if you can flash the leaderboard, and of course, it is, there's a little echo, spacey room. We're just trying our best here. We got a new mic. My old mic broke. But we are brought to you by the Pikkit Sports App. If you have yet to download it yet, I highly recommend you doing so by clicking the link right there. You're going to want to do it. You're going to want to do it. And if you haven't done it yet, you have to before football season because it's going to make you a better. Remember, I'm not just throwing random links at you, right? It's been the same consistent one. I want to get you guys tooled up, get you ready to rock for the season, whether it be the rest of the MLB season, or football when it's going to start to be both MLB and NFL in this show, right? So you're going to want to know where the splits are. And remember to sync your sportsbook using code Peter. Then you get entered into a raffle where you can win anywhere from $3 to $100. So again, in this show, I got you for my 3 picks. I don't have a prize picks entry today, but we got plenty of prize picks that other people are pitching. And then I got you for my home run pick. Unfortunately, who did I pick yesterday that did not smack? I went Wilmer Flores, and the Giants scored 4, but the Phillies scored 10. Let's do a quick recap of yesterday. We got Detroit. I forgot. I was like, did I bet on Detroit twice? Yes, I did. Half unit on both. Aren't. Pittsburgh, 11-1 win. Why not us? Houston, 9-4 win. And then, of course, San Francisco didn't end up going according to plan. So a 2-2 day with our cash out on the Rangers through the first 5. It's funny, it would have pushed anyway. So, whatever. I guess glad I cashed out. Not glad. Ended up nothing happened. Whatever. If you didn't cash out, you pushed. If you cashed out, you cashed out. Nothing happened there. But we dropped 0.15 units. Not ideal, but not something that we can't battle back today. Let's get through those highlights. And let's start with Detroit because I want to get that out of the way quickly. Alex Faedo. I mean, he actually didn't pitch that poorly, right? He gave up 3 hits. I mean, we got to make that play torque. And then what is this? We were just down for the count. And then at this point, I'm like, I mean, look at this. Faedo didn't pitch poorly. Producer Cohen's messing with my mic a little bit, but it was basically over after this. But don't sleep on the Detroit Tigers. Just fighting back, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 4-1 game. Kerry Carpenter deep into right field. That's a 4-2 game. And then they kept battling back, except for Javier Baez. I mean, what a disaster. But then the Tigers actually pulled within a little bit. Look at this. And then they put in Bo Brisky. I mean, what are we doing? But dink hits. I mean, right? Then they pulled within 1. Game over. We lost. But they gave us a fight there. It wasn't just a horrible bet. Now, both of them lost, and it wasn't a good bet, but it wasn't a horrible bet. Let's keep going.
Giants.
Let's go to the Giants quickly and get this one over with. I mean, Aaron Nola, we got out to a 1-0 lead. I'm like, hell yeah. Right? Jock Peterson, piss missile. I mean, what was that? But then the Phillies did Phillies things. Whenever I bet against the Phillies, they score 10. So if I ever have a bet against the Phillies moving forward, just take their team total over. Because the last 2 times I've faded the Phillies, they scored 13 and 10. Combined 23 runs. So if you can take an alt line over 11 and a half when I fade the Phillies, it's not a bad bet. But then when I take the Phillies, they put up nothing. It's just the Phillies. But they really just teed off. I mean, it was over. I want to get past this game. Fuck this game. I'm done with that game. So that was a loser. But let's go over some of our winners because we did win some games. How about Thomas Hatch opening? Is he good? Not really, but the Cardinals are worse, right? Like Thomas Hatch, I was watching him throw. I'm like, this guy's terrible. Why do they keep leaving him out here? Oh, I don't know. The Cardinals can't hit him. But Drew Rom, what did I say? Fading a rookie on the road in his first start. Now, we're not doing that today for a couple of reasons, and I'll tell you why. But Drew Rom, I was pretty confident that he was just not ready. Newsflash, the guy traded for Jack Flaherty is not going to be ready after a couple good starts in AAA. And this was over as soon as the Pirates stepped up to the plate. Those 4 runs that they got didn't matter. Pirates win 11-1. Drew Rom, you're going to make him a favorite? I mean, that was the most broken line I've ever seen. Not a baby Pirates. Let's get to our last winner. Christian Javier. First inning. Jeez. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going to lose everything except the Pirates today. Adam Duvall hit that to freaking Mars. But you can't fade an angry Astros team. In this first inning, it was so funny because I don't know if you guys remember that. So this was a decent play by Rafael Devers, but he made an error there. I thought, all right, well, the Astros aren't going to win this because the Red Sox tried to give the game away. But then you could just never doubt the Astros against a lefty. They are just an insane offense. Like come playoff time, when they're facing a lefty on the mound, I think it has to be an auto tail. They're just so unbelievably good against lefties. It's insane. So unbelievably good. And once they took the lead, this game was over, right? The Red Sox squeaked one across, but Chas McCormick, I mean, this team against lefties, they're just unbeatable, it seems like. In a bounce back spot, yeah, it was kind of square, but you just can't fade the Astros against a lefty. Let's get into the picks today, Producer Cohen. Let's start in Baltimore. Oh, is the chat saying it's echoey? Richie Parlay, thank you for subbing. Peter telling Krabs on the Judge under home run. Absolutely not. Can hear you fine, though, Astros. Sounds like the mic is 5 feet away. Is this better? Or is that too loud? Is this any better? Sorry, folks, we're dealing with a new mic here. Is that better, Producer Cohen? A little better? All right, we're trying our best here. You know, Rome wasn't built in one day. Better, amazing. Amazing grace. My girlfriend said I'm a decent singer. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay, totally. All right. Way better. Perfect. It was a mic. It was just backwards. We're off to a great start. I'm singing. Mic's working. Let's talk about why I like this under. The pitching matchup is Yusei Kikuchi versus Grayson Rodriguez. And I don't know if you've seen, but Grayson Rodriguez is a train engine. And Yusei Kikuchi, can't sleep on him either, has been one of the best pitchers in baseball in the second half. We have 2 of the best bullpens in baseball coming off a rest day. I expect a very low-scoring game here. Now, Camden Yards should be able to contain these right-handed bats, right? Because that really far fence in left field. The Blue Jays are full of them, whether that be George Springer, Vladdy, Bo Bichette, Chapman, anybody else you can name. Now, there is Brandon Belt. There's Dalton Varsho. There's Kevin Kiermaier. But, like, if they're the ones to sell this and the Blue Jays crush them, so be it. Kikuchi has been fantastic against lefties, so I don't expect a ton from guys like Anthony Santander, Adley Rutschman, or Cedric Mullins today. It's all about really containing Ryan Mountcastle. You know, every capper you have found on Twitter has taken his over bases, and it might hit, and he might get them, but we have 8 runs to spare. Grayson Rodriguez has arrived, ladies and gentlemen, and it's beautiful. I'm not even looking at his 5.44 ERA this season because his original call-up went horribly. Since July 17th, when he was called up, he's posted a 3.03 ERA, including a 2.89 ERA in 3 starts in August against the Blue Jays, Astros, and Padres. His lone rough start came in his first appearance back from the minors where he allowed 4 runs to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's in a great spot against the Blue Jays. Despite his early struggles, so this is his full season stats against righties, held him to a 717 OPS. You want to target pitchers who excel against righties against the Blue Jays with how right-handed dominant their lineup is. Also, can I just get a little bit of shout out for saying Bailey Falter would kind of shove against the Cardinals? Those righty-lefty splits. That was kind of fire. Didn't really have anything to do with it because Jerome just gave up a billion runs. How about Bailey Falter 6 innings of 1-run ball? Sorry, I'm just patting myself on the back here because I've lost a lot of bets this year and I deserve it. Since July 17th, which is that call-up, Grayson ranks 12th in pitching plus. So what is pitching plus? You can find it on Fangraphs. It's a stat that combines location plus and stuff plus. We talk about stuff plus all the time. What does it grade? Your physical characteristics of each one of your pitches, right? Velocity, spin rate, and then location plus is how well you locate those pitches. That's what pitching plus is. It's a combination of the two. He's 12th in Major League Baseball. Stuff plus, 6th in Major League Baseball. Right behind, Corbin Burns. His earned run prop is at 2.5, minus 185 towards the under. I expect him to be extremely effective today. It also helps that the Blue Jays just aren't good against righties. Since June 1st on the road, so I queued up all the different dates that you might want. Since June 1st on the road, 96 WRC plus against righties, below average. Since July 1st against righties in any park, 98 WRC plus, below average. Last 30 days against righties, 90 WRC plus. Last 14 days, 82 WRC plus against righties. Nice work, Blue Jays. They're just so annoying because they have so much talent. They don't actually hit. And Blue Jays unders have been a cash cow. When he wasn't the same pitcher, Yusei Kikuchi really struggled against the Orioles, right? This year, they've seen him 3 times, and he's been excellent at limiting damage, pitching to a 3.52 ERA. He's pitched to a 1.42 ERA this month, which included 6 innings of 1-run ball against the Orioles. His earned run prop at 2.5, minus 155 towards the under. Since June 1st, the Orioles have a 96 WRC plus against lefties at home. Pretty good. Below average. So when I said pretty good, I was lying. Since July 1st, though, that has risen to a 113. They have a 112 WRC plus against lefties in the last 30 days. They can definitely hit lefties. But the last time these two teams faced each other, Blue Jays won 4-1 with those similar stats, right? So, do the numbers say you should bet on the Orioles? Yes. Do I want to pick a winner here because it's a division game, first game of the series? I don't want to take a winner. Because let's look at the bullpens. I put them side by side on my article. Newsflash, everyone is ready to go. Jordan Hicks, Jordan Romano, Trevor Richards, Tim Mayza, Yimi Garcia, Eric Swanson, none of them have pitched in the last 2 days. This is the top bullpen by Sierra. Orioles, they rank number 5. Bauman, Sainol Perez, Felix Bautista, Yennier Cano, Jacob Webb, all haven't pitched in the last 2 days. Even Fujinami is ready to go. The model thinks that this should be at 8.5. They like the over. Screw the model. I think this should be at 7.5. I think it's a very low-scoring game with both teams having a chance to win it. So you're saying, well, who do you like to win? I don't know. I truly don't. I would lean the Orioles, but I'm just going to go with who I think is going to what is the biggest edge in this game. And I think it's just a really low-scoring game with one of the two teams winning in the end. Give me the under 8 runs. And on BetMGM right now, let's see. Should be still minus 110 across the board. As long as it's not 7.5. Yeah. Under 8, minus 110. Bang. Bang it. Bang it, ladies and gents. Before we get into our underdog of the day, let's talk about an easy one. It's not easy. No bet in baseball is easy, but the explanation is just, here you go. Give me the Dodgers through the first 5 innings. I'll save us the time because we got home run picks. We got plenty of people coming on to give picks. You don't really need an explanation for taking this one. The Dodgers fix everyone, except they decided to trade Noah Syndergaard for Ahmed Rosario, who the Guardians wanted to get rid of, who's hitting 188 in his last 11 games. The Dodgers destroy sinkers. They destroy changeups. That's what Syndergaard has. I will gladly fade Syndergaard against the team that sent him away. When the Dodgers send you away outside of Cody Bellinger, the lineup knows him well. However, this is a horrible price, right? Taking minus 135 through the first 5, it's not a good price. It's dumb, and I know it. You don't see me taking these bets. The variance is high. It's first 5 innings, and I was going to take Dodgers minus 1.5 in the full game, but why would you take Dodgers minus 1.5, right? You're fading Syndergaard. You're not fading a rested Guardians bullpen. I mean, you could. I bet Dodgers minus 1.5 hits. But the reason I would take it is because of Syndergaard, so I'm just going to take it early. And I'm going to take Dodgers through the first 5 minus 0.5. So they got to win through 5. Rangers got the worst bullpen ever. I'm seriously considering sending Will Smith a Venmo request. He stole my soul last night. Fujinami is a beast. As an O's fan, I don't want Fujinami ready to go. Well, thankfully, he is the last guy in the pen because he pitched most recently. So we got everybody else. But at the same time, Richie Parlay, Fujinami's been kind of good. He's been kind of good. Square up and take the minus 1.5. I mean, I squared up and I took the first 5. Right? I am just fading Syndergaard. I'm fading him. If he bites me in the ass, let it be. Right? I'm not laying juice. 1 unit to win 0.74. Right? We've lost a unit before and we'll lose it again, and I'm more than comfortable losing a unit fading Noah Syndergaard. Now let's get to the underdog because this is an interesting one. The pitching matchup is John Gray versus Zach Gallen, and it starts at 9:40 p.m. Eastern. It's a tuck me in piece. 2-game series, they often split, and I know that sounds easy enough, and sometimes they don't. This could lose. So that's why I'm not fully on the Rangers here. But I originally went to look at the game in case I was crazy. The Rangers held a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 9th inning before Aroldis Chapman allowed a solo home run to tie it up. This game went into extra innings, and the Diamondbacks won 4-3. People in the chat, most notably George_Parr, our guy, he got crushed by Aroldis Chapman and by Will Smith, right? Today, we have the National League Cy Young Award leader and Zach Gallen taking on John Gray, who's had a very good season in his own right. I think Zach Gallen is a fantastic pitcher, and everyone knows about his dominance at home, right? 1.84 ERA, 2.22 FIP. However, there is some cause for concern with Gallen with the amount of hard contact he allows. And we know what the Rangers do. While he's been able to limit damage, I'm always weary of pitchers who allow this hard of contact without keeping it on the ground, especially when his ground ball rate is at 39%, right? League average is 43%. His opponent, John Gray, sits in the 54th percentile in the league in a hard hit rate at 38.5%, and the average hard hit rate in Major League Baseball is 39%. Gallen is at 45.8%, which places him in the 8th percentile in baseball, right? A guy like Logan Webb is similar. Framber Valdez, similar. We see what happens when they keep the ball in the air, when you allow that kind of hard contact. Now, they're able to get past it because everything is on the ground. Gallen has a below average ground ball rate. His FIP, fielding independent pitching, which is not an ERA estimator that I love, will always be low because of his ability, right? What is fielding independent pitching? Well, it's fielding independent of pitching. So what matters? What can a pitcher control? Home runs, strikeouts, and walks. I don't like FIP and XFIP as much. First of all, XFIP normalizes home run to fly ball rate, so it's not just about how many home runs. It's what your normal home run to fly ball rate would be. However, my favorite ERA estimators, Sierra and xERA, because they do the same thing, strikeouts, walks, but they include hard hit rate, right? Contact quality. They have them at 3.65 and 4.07 respectively. Excuse me. His 4.07 expected ERA sits in the 53rd percentile. I've been saying this for a lot of the year. He's not quite as dominant as people make him out to be. Now, John Gray is also due for some regression. But if you point to Gallen's dominance at home, we got to talk about John Gray on the road. 2.76 ERA, 3.49 FIP. Gray is worse than Gallen. I'm not trying to prove that he's better, right? He's got a 4.57 SIERA and a 4.23 expected ERA. But 4.23 expected ERA versus 4.07, Gray doesn't have the command or wipeout stuff that Gallen does, but He does allow softer contact and more balls on the ground at 41.5%. So what do the odds makers think? Well, BetMGM thinks Gallen goes at least 6 innings in this one, but his earned run prop, minus 150 towards the over. That's why you won't see it on Prize Picks. It's too expensive to be on there. Gray is projected to get 16.5 outs, and his earned run prop, minus 115 on both sides. I don't expect him to be the reason why the Rangers win this game. But they think it's more likely Gallen allows 3 runs in his outing than Gray does in his. Now let's look at the bullpens. Yesterday, the Diamondbacks had the rest advantage, right? We took Rangers first 5, then cashed out. However, due to the game going into extra innings and the Diamondbacks doing a bullpen game, they exhausted a lot of their bullpen. Gallen should give them length, right? But they're going to turn it over to Kyle Nelson. Then whoever they turn it over to, the Rangers just saw them yesterday. Now, the Diamondbacks rank in the bottom half of Sierra and is not a group I'm willing to rely on if it's close. If they're rested, sure, not today. Now, the Rangers are in the clear, right? However, they won't have Aroldis Chapman, which the Diamondbacks just saw yesterday, and they had a home run off him, so it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. They are going to have Josh Spores, who has a 2.65 expected ERA. They are going to have Brock Burke, who has a 3.74 expected ERA. They're going to have Chris Stratton, who has a 3.35 expected ERA. And they're going to have Grant Anderson, 3.66 expected ERA. Those are all better than what the Diamondbacks are going to throw at them, too. And in the last 30 days, the Rangers offense has slowed against righties, right? They're on a 5-game losing streak. Diamondbacks have been hot. But they're still above average, right? They sit with a 109 WRC+. The Diamondbacks offense has an 88 WRC plus against righties in the last 30 days. The Rangers have the clear offensive advantage, right? The Rangers offense is better. They have the better bullpen right now. And it's just on Gallen. But the Rangers also rank in the top 10 against fastballs, curveballs, and changeups. That's what Gallen throws. I would take the Rangers as long as they are plus money. I think the Diamondbacks in this game, I think the Rangers should be minus 105. Minus 115, Gallen at home. You give him a little bit of an edge. But realistically, I said I wouldn't be surprised if it was minus 110. I thought it was plus 112. I bet it. The pick is the Rangers money line, plus 112, 1 unit to win 1 unit. So we got the Dodgers through the first 5. We got the Rangers on the money line. And we have the Orioles versus the Blue Jays under 8 runs. How are we feeling? Gallen's last start against the Padres was insanity. It was the luckiest I've ever seen. Let's see him do it against the Rangers. I hate sides, but it's a good theory. Love the Rangers. Let's go. Bruce Bochy intentionally walked the tying run with 2 outs in the 11th just because he got 1 hit on the game and it was over. What do you think about the Astros today? That lineup after Chaz looks trash. We're going to have a lot of Red Sox versus Astros talk in this, so stay tuned. Let's pick a home run pick. Producer Cohen. I got to say, folks, I looked at the home run board and I did not like it, but there was one guy who stood out to me. Look at Matty W. Is Matt Wallner in the lineup? Let me look. Now, Matt Wallner has been up here before, but never in second. Let's see. He's hitting 8th. I'm going to take him. My home run pick, I like Matt Wallner to hit a home run today. Matt Wallner is going to hit a home run off Wade Miley or someone in the Brewers bullpen. Producer Cohen, who's your home run pick?
Sorry, I just need to study the hell out of this board. You know who's going to go yard? Wait,
Who?
I hear myself twice. Pete Alonso will go yard today. Wait. Pete Alonso's going to go yard today.
Seager bases is free. We love Seager. From double, what are you doing? Wow. Couldn't agree with you more. Wow. Some good pitches today. I'm ready to roll. Alonzo, hang there. Are we going to have to call mid-major? Krabs put 20 units on Judge not to hit a home run. I mean, he did not put 20. No way he did. He did not put 2 racks on that. Let me check his Twitter. No way he did. No, he put 8 units on it. Krabs, did we really put 8 units at minus 300 on Judge not to hit a home run? Can we be better? His units are 250. Dude.
Krabs' units is 250.
Yeah.
It's 250 times 55. That's what he's done.
What's 250 times? Oh my God. Guys. If he were to bet 3 units on all of his plays at $250 units, Producer Cohen, can you flash the leaderboard? He's not on it anymore, but he was down around 51 units.
55.
He was down 55 units. He'd be down $14,000 on stream. I love you, Krabs. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. It's just not ideal. He's been good off stream, to be fair. Absolutely. No, I agree with you. That's why we had him on stream. He's a good gambler. He is. I agree. He is good. I'm not chirping him at all. It was just a really rough patch on stream. That's why I said, remember when I yelled at him every single time he'd come on and I was like, play your card because your card is winning? Like, he swept yesterday. Funny thing is, Gino and the guy he does 5 minutes with had Judge for a home run tonight. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. You should do a graphic from the Hunger Games where you bid him farewell in the sky. That's phenomenal. All right, should we call mid-major? Let's call him.
Dude, my phone does not want to work. Sorry, Peter.
You're good, my man. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to just let you talk into the mic. Yesterday, smacked White Sox. Flash that leaderboard for the people produce Cone. Let us know. I know only mid-major Matt's on a phone right here, but let's not disrespect the place right now. In third place, up 7 units. I'm sure your shirt is below average, but the picks are not. Let's hear it.
You're indeed about that 1 point today. You are correct. Okay, it's first play I got. It's Guardians Old Team Under. Peter, prove to me they can hit, man. I've been doing really well with just taking pure baseball teams that cannot hit the fucking ball. Right now, Peter, the Guardians are bottom 5 in hitting right-handed pitchers at home. They're bottom 5 in hitting sinkers. They're bottom 5 in hitting fastballs. They're bottom 5 in hitting changeups. And they're bottom 5 in hitting curveballs. The 4-pitch arsenal of right-handed flamethrower Bobby Miller. Prove to me you can fucking hit a ball. He doesn't have a high fantasy score because he's not going to go deep. He's not going to go deep, and he's not going to allow runs. But then after Bobby Miller leaves the game, we have the best statistical bullpen since the All-Star break, and the Dodgers behind him. I don't think they can score today, Peter. They can't. They haven't proved to hit a 99-mile-per-hour fastball all season. And until they show me different, I'm gonna fade them. So until they take my money from me, which they haven't done this year, I'm gonna keep betting against them. That's my first play.
I took Dodgers first 5.
Yeah, I think it's funny is because I've actually thought about this. The last 5 total team unders I bet on stream, I think I've hit, but they've all been blowouts because the team I'm betting on have been shitting on the opposite team, which is good for the Dodgers. But for some reason, I just don't like batting bats. I just don't have the brain that comprehends bat to ball and the skill there. You guys are much better than that. You, Javon, all you smart motherfuckers. I can isolate one pitcher who I think is going to do well, and I think the Dodgers blow him out. But I want to isolate Bobby Miller, and I think he has an absolute gem today.
I couldn't agree with you more. I like Bobby Miller's matchup, but you know what matchup I like better? the Dodgers knowing Noah Syndergaard.
I know. It's just in my brain, Peter, what the only thing is, he was traded from the Dodgers. Is there some speck of life still in that arm for Thor? He hasn't proven it, but is there something?
Let's see him do it. I'm willing to bet against it. Let's see him do it.
Absolutely.
Let's see him do it.
Bet against, absolutely. Same thing. Same reason I have. But I went with the whole team under there.
Let's get after it. We got Mets versus Atlanta, first 5 over 5.5 for another 3-unit hammer.
Absolutely, brother. I mean, Mets, actually, so we'll start with this. Bryce Elder, do you know what he's best at, Peter? I know you love when I ask you questions.
Getting ground balls.
Getting ground balls against right-handed pitchers. He doesn't do that against right-handed hitters, I'm sorry. He doesn't do that against left-handed batters. He's been atrocious against left-handed batters. For somehow, some way, he's mid-2010s Clayton Kershaw against right-handed batters. Against left-handed batters, which the Mets are stacking today, he is Yanni Chirinos of 2023. He's dog shit against left-handed batters. And the Mets, they just scored 10 runs. I don't see any reason as to why Bryce Elder just threw 7 innings, one hit ball against his last start. And now his earned runs are 2.5 to the juice to the over. His pitching outs opened 17.5, and now it's 16.5. I don't understand why his hits allowed a juice to the over against a dog shit Mets team. I don't think he pitches well today. I think the Mets have his number, and they've seen him once already this year, so they know what he likes to pitch. And I think they get after him early and often. Opposite side, Peter, it's Tyler McGill. That guy has one of the worst graded fastballs as a starter in the MLB, and that's his favorite pitch to throw. If that's what you're telling me against the Braves offense that just got embarrassed at home, they're going to be pissed off today. They chased him out of the game before the 5th inning. By all means, I think that's that is very likely to happen today. I do like the full game over, but it's a little high in my opinion. It's now at 11. I don't want to get that, but I do think 6 runs in the first 5, isolating these 2 pitchers to not pitch well. That's what I want to do. I do not think Bryce Elder has a good day today. I know I have a bit of an echo, but do you know Bryce Elder's fantasy score?
22.5.
22.5, Peter. A fucking -200 home favorite after throwing 7 innings, 1 hit ball. Suck my cock, Prize Picks. He's not pitching well today, Peter. You know it.
New logo Prize Picks is giving you Bryce Elder over 22.5 fantasy score. Mid-major Madness telling them to go fuck themselves.
Fuck you, Prize Picks, but I love you. You guys are awesome. Keep supporting the stream.
But at the same time, we're taking your money today, and we're taking the Mets and the Braves over 1 billion runs through the first 5, but we got more.
I got one more 3-leg Prize Picks for half a unit. So it's Randy Rosarina fantasy score. Randy Rosarina has been one of the one bright spots on his offense to hit against left-handed pitching. And today, he faces perhaps, again, one of the worst left-handed pitchers in the league today. And Tyler Block, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Tyler Black, yeah.
Black, thank you. But his 2 favorite pitches are the sinker and changeup. The 2 pitches Randy has been absolutely demolishing are the sinker changeup. And if he gets walked, I like his ability to steal a base. I like the hitters around him to be able to bring him in. I'm a big fan of Randy today. I am all over him today in the fantasy score in many ways. The next leg is Francisco Lindor over half a run. Again, like I said, I expect the Mets to see Bryce Elder very well today. Lindor has seen it in his career. He's in the number 2 hole, so if he doesn't hit a home run, he has a lot of opportunity with being stacked in front and behind the lefty. So that's not going to be 3 comfortable consecutive at bats for Bryce Elder. And the number 4 hitter is Pete Alonso. Again, Bryce Elder is fantastic against right-handed batters, but Pete Alonso is fucking amazing against sinkers. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for Francisco Lindor to be brought in for a run today. Last leg is Lucas Giolito. Highest or lowest odd pitcher to be the K leader today, which is very odd when you have Blake Snell pitching on the mound. I put some respect on that, and when I looked more into it, the Cincinnati Reds have been atrocious at whiffing and striking out against sliders against the right-handed pitchers on the road. That's exactly what they're facing today. They probably do hit Lucas Giolito well, but I do think he gets a lot of whiffs and a lot of Ks against the slider and changeup today, which the Reds have not proven they can hit. So that's my half a unit. I think to win 2.5 units on Prize Picks. And I am a big fan of my card today, brother. I got a good feeling. I got to tell you.
I love the card too. Shirt, most likely below average picks or not. The only leg that I don't like, and it's more just I like the odds, and I think it's a little bit contrarian. Like, Giolito's going to screw you in some way.
I know. I mean, fuck. He's at 7. He's at 6.5 minus 165. But I do put respect on what PrizePicks is telling us.
And as you should, but at the same time, it's Lucas Giolito.
I know, but what I do love is we've shown that we'll let Lucas Giolito get fucked around and just played on a knot today. I mean, as an Angel uniform. And tomorrow, funny enough, Peter, we just came off a back-to-back, and I think on Saturday we had a day off Sunday and a day off Monday. But tomorrow we have another back-to-back. I'm sorry, not back-to-back. I'm sorry, a doubleheader. So we're coming off of in 5 days we have 2 doubleheaders, and so I think we just throw Lucas Giolito out there and say, hey kid, we need you to throw 100 pitches. However you get there, just get it done. Just throw 100 pitches. Do I think he gets up? Absolutely. But I think he can absolutely get those whiffs on that young Reds offense.
It's a phenomenal card. Great shit mid-major. We're going to move on to Colby, but classic mid-major bangers. No wonder you're in third. We'll talk to you later, all right?
All right, brother. Take care. Appreciate it.
You too. Great place. Great place. I didn't disagree with a single second of what he was talking about. Now let's talk to Colby Olson, who cowered it out yesterday. Thanks a lot. But at the same time, you were just going to take Red Sox money line, and they lost 9-4. So you actually saved yourself a unit. Welcome back. Who are you betting on today by chance? Is it the Red Sox?
Red Sox money line.
Is it? Why?
Does Cohen even need to make new graphics for me every day? Like,
no,
I think
it's just Colby, Red Sox money line. It just changes the odds.
Yeah, Red Sox money line today. We have Tanner Houck making his return to the rotation, which I'm fired up about. With this team, beyond this bet, this team needs Tanner Houck back because he loves pitching first time through the order. That is 2.45 ERA. First time through the order. He has amazing splits versus righties. This Astros lineup, as we've been talking about, Pete, destroys lefties. But Tanner Houck doesn't have many lefties in this actual lineup, only 3 lefties in the lineup. So I think Houck can perform well today. But him coming back in his first start, I think actually helps this play because I think the Red Sox are only going to send him out there for 3 to 4 innings. They have a completely rested bullpen because last night they had Paxton and then they went to Chris Murphy for 4 innings. So this Red Sox bullpen really should be, anybody can be thrown out there tonight. That I would imagine they throw the kitchen sink at the Astros tonight, knowing that this is a huge game in a 4-game series after losing last night. Like, you really need to grab this one, hoping that you escape Houston going 2-2. Like, that's the mission right now, I think, for the Red Sox. And then on the other side of things, you have Verlander, who has actually not performed well down the stretch here, Pete. In August, he has a 14% whiff rate. And for his career, I mean, not for his career, but like this season, he's held 22% whiff rate, then a 24% whiff rate, a 25% whiff rate across the first 4 months of the season. And then this month, 14% whiff rate. Has not been getting the whiffs this month. And I think that the Red Sox can kind of jump on Verlander because they have not been striking out as a team much. And then also this Astros bullpen is decimated, been getting a ton of work. They haven't had an off day. So Verlander is going to have to go deep in this one. But if he doesn't go deep, if he only goes 5 or 6 innings, I think the Red Sox can get to this Astros bullpen. Rafael Montero should absolutely see the game tonight, and he's been a liability for them. So I was close to taking the under in this game. And then I got scared away on the Astros bullpen. And I'm like, all right, well, the Red Sox are plus money. Why not just take the Red Sox and just live with that value instead of sweating an under where I'm like, oh, God, this Astros bullpen's falling apart.
More than fair. Quick story before you move on to your second pick. I've always had a soft spot for Tanner Houck. So when I did an internship in high school for a Chicago Cubs area scout, I was a scouting intern for the Cubs. Now, my write-ups never saw an actual front office, but they were given to the area scout for the Cubs. So I got to write. I was a scouting intern for the Cubs when in reality I was like a ball boy making write-ups. And my first write-up was on Tanner Houck. I saw him play for Team USA when he's at the University of Missouri. And I sent my write-up in after watching him. And I was like, I really think this guy is going to be a starter in the big leagues. At the time, he was thought of as like 3rd rounder, probably a bullpen arm, maybe some upside, but not much. And I was like, he was my favorite arm that I saw in Team USA. I think if he develops a third pitch, which he showed flashes of, I was like, I think he could be a starter, or at least like a really dominant swing man. And they said I was crazy. Look at me now. Look at me now, Colby, 18-year-old Peter, right up here. So I'm always going to be like overly confident about him, even if he never actually works out, because I believed in him.
Nate Pearson got taken like 2 picks before the Sox that year, and I wanted Nate Pearson so bad, and I think it's actually worked out in the Red Sox favor. One quick note on Houck, too. He has a 5 ERA this season, but a 3.92 xERA. So there is some positive regression, I think, here with Houck, and I think him coming back healthy, he could dominate down the stretch here. But enough on that. I got 3 more plays.
Let's get after it.
It's not just Red Sox money line today. Kyle Harrison versus Taijuan Walker. And this is not just about Kyle Harrison making his debut, but I will give a quick note on Harrison, right? He had a freakish 36% strikeout rate in AAA this year. And that's been his MO for his entire career. Just like elite strikeout stuff. Change up is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sick.
Can't wait to watch him because, and just before you get into the rest of the play, a lot of people are asking, why am I not fading a rookie making his debut on the road? The reason is, and I think what Colby is going to touch on, he could be so dominant or he could walk the world and it's going to be a disaster. And I don't like tailing Taijuan Walker, which I think is why Colby is going to talk about this first 5 over. It's like, I liked Bailey Falter's matchup. He ended up pitching well. And I was like, Drew Rahm is not Kyle Harrison. Phillies just blew him out yesterday. It just wasn't a spot where I wanted to fade a rookie on the road because Kyle Harrison could either be elite or he could be a disaster. Jordan just got scratched under home runs. Home runs on the year.
Great for my play.
Under home runs on the year.
That's like the one guy I was terrified of going deep against Tanner Houck tonight. So beautiful.
Some slide just said we lost. And he's a Nationals
fan. But yeah, I mean, 16% walk rate for Harrison, Pete, in AAA this year. And that's a problem, especially against this Phillies team. It might not be a problem against every team in the majors, but this Phillies team is really patient. They have over an 8 or 9% walk rate over the last 30 days. They don't strike out much, so it's good to go against Harrison here, I think. And they've been one of the hottest teams in baseball over the last month or two. But yes, Taijuan Walker is so due for regression, Pete. The strikeouts have left him. In the second half, he has a 14% K rate and a 12% walk rate. He's skated by so far a 4.08 ERA, but a 5.5 FIP. The other stats will tell you he's due for regression as well. But I think this is a perfect pitcher for the Giants offense to get back on track because they've been struggling so mightily. But I think Taijuan Walker is perfect for them. He's not going to mow them down today. And so I think this is a classic example of like this heads 3-2 and then it goes over.
Fair enough. I like this play. I think this is a good way to fade him because let's say Kyle Harrison does end up pitching well. Let's say he's flashing the strikeout stuff. The Giants can still hit Walker.
Yep.
I like it. And you're not going bullpens because the Giants still do have a good bullpen, as do the Phillies. I think if you want to play this game, this is the right play. Now, right plays lose, right? They lose all the time. But at the same time, if you're going to play this game, I really like this pitch. Let's go to play number 3.
All right, play number 3. We're betting on my least favorite team to bet on. Once again, I probably have bet on the Twins quite a bit this year, which is funny because they pissed me off. But I'm going to war against Wade Miley today, who has a 3.05 ERA and a 4.57 xERA, a 5.05 Sierra. I mean, like, this dude is just so due to get smashed.
He's been doing it for a decade where it's just the worst stuff you've ever seen. And then you blink and he's 5 innings, 1 run. You're just like, shit. But then again, Bailey Ober could dominate too.
Well, and so the one way to counteract the Twins is, one, don't give up home runs, which Wade Miley actually doesn't do a great job of. He gives up plenty of home runs, but he also doesn't strike guys out, and that's how you get the Twins out, right? They strike out the most in baseball, but Wade Miley's not going to just mow you down. He might pick up 3 or 4 Ks, but he's not going to mow you down. And I just had to give a quick shout out to Jordan Luplow, who's hitting 3rd today for the Twins. He has a career 124 WRC plus against lefties. Like, he's just one of those guys that is only there to mash lefties. And here he is hitting 3rd tonight. So always fun to back my guy Luplow. And then you have Bailey Ober, the walking quality start, as RM Layton says. So the Brewers have an 83 WRC plus last 14 days. They've been terrible. I think Ober can just cruise through this one, and the Twins put up a 4 spot on Miley.
So funny. Whenever I'm betting against or on the Brewers, like I have the Brewers game pulled up, and it's like just get through Yelich, then like you're good. Like, but he could hit a 3-run home run. But if you get him out, you're good. Like if William Contreras, like he's good. Willie Adames, pretty good. And I like how you're fading them off a big time series. I don't know if they swept I think they swept the Rangers, right? This is a good spot to take the Twins. All right,
taking
play number 4.
Oh man, Adam Wainwright is having the worst pitching season of all time.
Edwin Jackson. That one.
It's worse.
Is it worse now?
I mean, I don't know if it's worse on I think Edwin Jackson threw more innings.
Z Brownlee, thank you for subbing, my friend. Appreciate you. Keep going, Cole.
I think Wainwright's only at 72 innings this year, so it's not he's not going to reach the innings. He's not going to be qualified, but he has an 8.42 ERA and a 7.7 xERA. Pete, he's given up 2 earned runs twice all year, and that's the minimum. Like that is legitimately the minimum. So at best, you're thinking he gives up 4 here. And then you have Oviedo on the other side of things for the Pirates. And the Cards have been heating up a little bit. They have a 114 WRC plus for the last 14 days. So I think they get 2 or 3 runs of their own. And this one ends, 4-3, 3-3, and it hits. I think this should cruise over 5.5. I just have to take any first 5 overs with Adam Wainwright involved.
Good stuff, my friend. I really like this one. Yeah, 7.72 expected ERA, 11% K rate. He's not even limiting the walks. He's got an 8% walk rate. His savant page is depressing.
He's 41.
I didn't realize. I knew he was tall. I didn't know he was 6'7".
Huge. He's freaking huge.
I thought
his
he was
legs
6'5", 6'7". He's big.
He's long. He's a long dude.
And he throws 85.
But yeah, man, Pete, this is like a pretty big day for me because right now I'm at, minus 7 point something. And a good day today, I'm just starting to get back into it. I really need some more positive days here and hopefully on this battle to get back to even and even positive. So we'll see how it goes.
Keep on trucking, my friend. Great card. Excited for what you got today. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you, brother. Good luck.
Peace. Producer, what we got next on the Aram? He'll never be on early. Is this his time? Here, I'll just text him. Oh, we are 3 minutes early, though. Ready for you, Aram. Peter, can you finally put some respect on Bobby Witt Jr. and the Royals? That was so disrespectful from you. Who has been the guy betting on the Royals the entire second half? I think they're my most bet team in the second half. Have you listened to Just Baseball Show? We talk about Bobby Witt Jr. We did a draft on today's episode where we drafted 3 players we want to build our team around. I mentioned Bobby Witt Jr. among the best players in baseball. Come on. I'm wearing a freaking Royal shirt. This is Bo Jackson on it. You can say that I've sucked this year, but you can't say that I haven't respected the Royals. Peter, can you justify the Yanks being minus 180 at all? Not at all. Look at this. I'm literally repping the team. No, I hate the Tigers. I mean, that's the thing. I still love them. You see how much fight they showed yesterday? Damn it. I just can't bet on them anymore this year. You know what they are, though, on the model today? They're minus 160 on the model. They're going to win today. Fuck. If I just didn't bet the Tigers this year, I'd be up money this year. You guys know that? If I just never bet the Tigers, we'd be up this year. Henry, are you listening? Am I being wrong? Am I wrong here? Can you, if it's possible, I know you got my Excel sheet, you track all my bets. Are you able to just take out the Tigers and see what I'd be on units this season? Peter, break up with the Tigers. They're a toxic ex. I know, but they're so hot. It's like that ex that's just a 10 out of 10, but she sucks and she beats you. She starves you. You want to order Uber Eats, honey? No, she cut my credit card in half. Can't even order food. But she's hot. She's hot. But she's a 10. Always minus 150 favorites on the model and plus 100 on the books, and then they fucking kill you. They just kill you. Damn. Yeah, I know. What do you guys think of my Commanders under? Do you know how many times I got tagged in Sam Howell preseason highlights last night? Do you know how many times I got tagged in the RG3 fucking don't sleep on the Commanders? Don't sleep on the Commanders. I'm dead asleep. In one of those relationships right now, Peter, I'm for sure taking the Tigers. How the F did the Commanders win last night? I love that they won last night. I hope people flock to the over wins. I hope they do. I think they already have. But that was, I mean, Sam Howell throwing the third string defensive players on the Ravens? Sure. I feel I like it more now that they played so hard last night. What do you think about Mike Evans over yards? So I have some Prize Picks squares. I don't want to take receivers over yards, especially with Baker. But just like they can get hurt easily. I know Evans has been a model of consistency. I think he's like, what? Doesn't he have the longest streak of 1,000-yard seasons in the NFL? I think. Commies just won the Super Bowl. But so that's like, I don't hate the play though. Like if you don't care, right? Remember Trent came into our live and he was like, I like Jose Ramirez over RBIs. And I'm not saying to say that it, won't hit now. It's just RBIs are a category that I'm not ever going to take on Prize Picks. Wide receiver over yards, never going to be a category that I take on Prize Picks. Did you get Krabs a courtesy heads up about the Commanders win total under? Yeah, I called him and he said he doesn't hate it. And Krabs doesn't hate it about the Commanders. So, like, what do I think about the Orioles, Jays, Nerfy? I mean, I don't mind it. I just would rather take the full game under because remember what I talked about the bullpens? I think the best arms in this game are in the pens, not necessarily the starters. I think Mountcastle's probably going to get his against Kikuchi, and I think Grayson's going to give up 2, right? So if both of them give up 2, maybe one comes in the first inning. I love the bullpens. Fully rested. Ravens had 1 defensive starter playing exactly. Like, congrats on Sam Howell's nice day against the third string Ravens defense, where they don't want to show anyone anything. Like, congratulations. Yeah, I do lean the Orioles. I do think they win, but I prefer the under because I think the Orioles win in a low-scoring game, but I think the Blue Jays could win, right? So we got the Degen on. Arm's supposed to be up, right? We're just going to have to move him. We got the Degen on.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks team total over, and I don't want to hear it was lucky. I don't want to hear that the bet hit. The bet hit. Let's celebrate that. The bet hit. Right? There's some bets that look great and they hit and you're so smart, and some bets you get a little bit of luck. If we're going to bitch about bad beats, let's not bitch about winners. They're winners. You have money in your pocket, Degen.
No. I couldn't disagree more with you on this. And I call it the Peter bounce.
How can you say that when you've seen my bets this year? How can you say that?
Last year,
sure. With Quantrill. That was really it.
You would have a team first 5. They'd be down 3-0, and they would score 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I capped that. I would say in my write-ups, they're going to score all 4 in the 5th.
Well, you know what's funny is like there is actually like that seems lucky, but there is strategy to it because I think you're seeing the pitcher for the second or third time. So that 5th inning, even though it's the last opportunity to win a bet, it's really not a bad way to win it or that lucky of a way to win it. But the Diamondbacks not scoring 3.5 runs when I said there were suspicious boxes or squares for Jordan Montgomery and he throws 8 scoreless. Peter, stop. Just stop sugarcoating it.
No, but you said like, yeah, there's Jordan Montgomery squares that are kind of weird, but I bet they get it in the 10th.
That's what you said.
Oh, yeah. I think it was actually the 11th, wasn't it?
No, I think it was the 10th. It might have been the
10th?
11th. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was a terrible bet. But at the same
Cash.
time, I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's
I mean,
money in our account.
well, that's the thing. You're going to have good bets where the result doesn't go your way. So it's totally fine when you have bad bets where the result does go your way. It evens out. So I'm okay with it. I'm very happy. And when I get a Peter bounce, I say in my head, I say leather jacket. So it felt very good to say that.
But
and
you don't get a leather
on the
jacket. Yeah, you don't get a leather jacket though because the Astros.
Oh, so the leather jacket is only the full sweep.
It's a sweep. It has to be a full sweep. Like, for example, like I've swept game picks and didn't hit my prize picks, no leather jacket. It's without a loss.
Okay, got it. Leather jacket, full sweep, understood. Okay. I figured if it was just like you won money and you like had a nice hit or something.
Has to be just no L's at all.
Yeah, that Red Sox, that was fun for a start. And
I texted you.
Or for a second.
Remember I said on stream, I was like, I'm going to be texting DeGen if the Astros are up 3-0, and DeGen's going to be texting me if the Astros or the Red Sox are up 3-0. They go up 3-0 the first thing I say, good bet.
I hate when you or anybody else tries to jinx their bet.
You've done it to me. That's the only reason I do it to you now.
When did I do it?
I could pull up our text.
I don't know.
That's the only reason I did it.
I don't think I did it first. I think you did. I think you fired the first shot on the attempted jinx. You don't have to find it now. You can find it later. Time is precious. I gotta put a turkey meatloaf in the oven. Plus, I only have I have 3 plays, but I can be pretty quick. You're really gonna look at this, aren't you?
I can't. There's so much football talk. I'm never gonna find it. But
Cubs,
I'm pretty sure.
Tigers under. Now listen, I like this over yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't get it in, but it doesn't matter because the whole reason I'm going to it now is because I like that I had the right read on the first game. So I'm going to lean into it with the second game. That was yesterday's match. I didn't really think a lot of people expected runs. We got them. Today, however, we've got Drew Smiley on the bump, and nobody likes Drew Smiley at all.
No.
So I don't even really care. I know it's Reese Olson going for the Tigers, but nobody likes Drew Smiley. I think the line is a little short. It would concern me if you're a Cubs backer. But, again, I'm not going to overthink it because at the same time, the Tigers team at a plus price at home does tend to be a little trendy. So I didn't want to pick a side. I didn't want to necessarily
you have to call me out like that?
Why would
I'm down on the year because I've taken the Tigers at home as a plus dog like 15 times. And I think I'm 0-15.
I swear I did not know that you
No, I'm more just making fun of myself because I suck taking the Tigers.
Yeah, well, the Tigers are scrappy, and a scrappy team at home with a plus price is fun to take. Now, here's the thing. Nobody likes Smiley, and runs were just scored in game one. The Cubs bats, game one, the Cubs bats have been hot. This is one of those situations where the total's at 9. It's totally fine, but I saw the juice go from 110 each way to minus 120 at 9. That's where I got it. I wanted to jump in before it moved to 8.5. I don't know that it will move to 8.5, but that's going to be my first play.
Let me just see. It's minus 120. Oh, no, you got it at minus 120.
Yeah.
We got a highlighted message. Pete, ask him if Ray's team total over is free.
No. There's an inside joke with me and my buddy Greg that he says I'm a biased Rays fan and I bet the Rays all the time, which is just not true.
It's not true. Sometimes you take every player to get a hit on the Rays, and sometimes you take a pitcher to have a masterclass, and sometimes you take a team total over, sometimes you take a money line, but you never bet the same thing.
Thank you. So when it's not Glasnow, it's not McClanahan, it's not Eflin, he says then it's Rays team total. So since it's neither of those pitchers, it's Littell. No, it's not the Rays team total. I don't like it. It scares me. Every game matters. I'm just going to hope that the Rays win today and take care of business against the Rockies. Oh, I got a phone call coming in. Sorry, 1 second. I will decline that. Yandy 5+ hits. Now that I did hit 4+. Sorry, 4+ hits, 50-1. So, anyways, let's get back to business though. Like I said, time is precious. Yes, on this 2 units, I got 2 2-unit plays. I am a big fan of this play tonight because yesterday I liked that over. I almost played the full game. I played the Diamondbacks. We talked about it at great length. Got very lucky. Would have gotten burned on that full game. Now Gallen is at home. And Gallen just put up a nice gem on the road against the Padres. Everybody got cute taking Rich Hill at a minus 115 price. I think this looks a little short. I know that the Rangers are in a bit of a slump, and I know the Diamondbacks are the hotter team. But I think Gallen.
You mean this looks a little high, I assume you say, not short.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was Gallen at minus 120, in my opinion, looked a little short. against John Gray, even though the Rangers have been slumping a bit. But the total, yes, the total, in my opinion, does look high. After we just saw Jordan Montgomery masterclass around the same number, low scoring game. I mean, really, it should have been like 1-0 final if it wasn't for the game tying home run at the bottom of the ninth. So I expected this to be an 8. Honestly, I wouldn't have totally shocked me to see a 7.5, but I don't think we've seen 7.5s in Arizona very often. Maybe it's Inter Park, maybe it's not. I don't know. 8.5, and the over was slightly juiced. That was a bit telling to me. So I'm playing it, and of course, mid-major is on the move in the contest, so that is why I'm making this a 2-unit play.
Fair enough. I am on the Rangers money line today.
I like that. I like that a lot. I'm fade. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm fading Gallon. Like I think
Did
the Rangers.
See Gallon's earn run prop.
I did. Yep, I did. But again, I was wrong reading it yesterday on Montgomery, so I'm not gonna isolate it with the Rangers. I think the D-backs bats, after essentially getting shut out for almost 9 innings, do score some runs. But I like the Rangers. I like their team total as well. Yep.
Fair enough. Let's keep going. We got more.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
last one. Yes, this one I feel like is disgusting. Who wants to take the Twins to score 5 runs, especially on the road? I caught a little bit of what you were saying while I was prepping my turkey meatloaf with Colby about Wade Miley. And I don't know enough about the guy. But what I do know is nobody really cares for the Twins, nor do they care for their offense. I couldn't figure out why the Twins were minus 115 on the road in Milwaukee. It makes baseball sense to you. And then again, the total seemed a little bit high. 8.5. 2 pitchers, their combined ERAs are around 6.5. Wade Miley's got the better record. The Brewers have the better record. They're better at home. The Twins are a below 500 road team. Then the Brewers just swept the Rangers. So I couldn't make sense of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean into the fact that it's strange that I think the Twins are favored, and I think the total's a little high, kind of like what I thought about doing with the Rangers in that Diamondbacks game. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fade Wade Miley, and I'm going to go with the Twins team total over at a plus price. I did see this was 3.5 minus 150 at BetMGM, but I'm going to get a little greedy here. If it lands at 4, I'll be sad, but it's not the Blue Jays. They burned me like 6 times at that number, so I'm going to try it with the Twins. You don't like it?
It's not that I don't like it. I think you've maybe hit 65% of your bets that aren't team totals at 4.5.
I know, but a lot.
That's the only
reason.
And like, it sounds like a great
Jays.
pitch. Yeah, it's true. No, like I love the pitch. I don't like it for you, if that makes sense.
It does. I'm really trying to get one at this team total 4.5.
It's like me
really
pitching
trying.
you the Tigers.
To be fair, I think I hit my most recent 4.5, and it was the Rays.
You did.
It's just something about the
Rays.
Fucking Blue Jays. It was the Rays. You're right. Rays team totals always smacks. So, all right, Peter, I got to shut it down. Finish making dinner. Thanks for having me. Best of luck on your place tonight. Good luck, everyone.
Have fun with your turkey meatloaf. I mean, what are we doing here?
What do you mean? What are we doing? It's higher in protein.
It's meatloaf, though. All right, have fun. I'll talk to you.
You don't like meatloaf? Go watch
really.
Office Space.
I've seen Office Space. What does watching Office Space have to do with?
Pete doesn't like eggs, so like, who cares? Literally,
I'm not an egg guy.
You're not an egg guy. I mean, I'm not like going to die on the egg hill, but I like eggs. I had eggs this morning.
He wouldn't even eat like a bacon, egg, and cheese or something.
That's the weird. You live in New York and you don't eat bacon, egg,
You
and
won't.
cheese.
I don't eat eggs.
It doesn't make any sense.
So what do you get as like a breakfast sandwich?
I don't eat breakfast sandwiches. I might do a bagel with peanut butter. I love bagels with cream cheese lox, onions, capers, tomatoes.
That's respectable.
I might just do juices, coffee. Like, I'm not a big breakfast guy in general.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
Not an egg guy, but have fun with your meatloaf, and hopefully it's in place. I think you will.
All right.
I love this card. Good card so far from everybody. Thanks, Jen. I'll talk to you later. Peter not liking eggs is crazy. It's a hill I'll die on. I think eggs are weird. I think milk is weird. Who was the person that decided, you know what? You know those things that come out of chickens? Let's put it in my mouth. It's weird. Milk? Think about the psychopath that decided to milk a cow and drink it. It's a conspiracy by the breakfast industry, by probably Kellogg, to kill us all? Do I believe that? Do I like the food? No. How do you think cream cheese is made? Fair. Fair point. Do I like milk products? Yeah, I like ice cream. But am I drinking a glass of milk? No. I like milk, but I'm not drinking a glass of milk. Eggs? No, thank you. No, thank you. The yolk? Ugh. Egg whites I can do. It's the yolk that grosses me out. Peter, this is why you're built like toothpicks. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm built like a brick shithouse. No, I've gotten kind of fat this year. I was talking to Cohen. I was like, I've gotten fat, I think. I used to be chiseled. I'm just lumpy. I'm pretty lumpy. I am. I got freaking titties. I got titties, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want them. I'm going to get ripped during football season, though. It's just hard for me to get to the gym. I'm so busy during baseball season. Like, we got to run a company here, folks. Random thought, gambling Twitter UFC match. Who would you guys like to see me fight? Just hit abs? Yeah, true. It's just, when you get in that like perpetual cycle of not going to the gym because you're so busy, and then you just keep not going to the gym. Like, I'm still eating healthy, but I just feel all my muscle mass is gone. Mikey Overs? I don't want to fight Mikey Overs. I like Mikey Overs. I just met him last weekend. I like him a lot. Also, I'm 6'4", 200 pounds. Him and I would not be in the same weight class. Oh, mid-major, I'd smoke that guy. Crabs, I would beat. I'd probably beat anyone on gambling Twitter, to be honest with you. I'm playing a dangerous game here. Krabs is a big man. I think he's taller than me, or at least the same height. He might be taller. Pete versus Colby. Oh, I'm destroying him. Javon, that's light work. He's also a big person, too. The Pikkit community. You know what's so funny? I remember meeting them for the first time. Javon and Krabs, huge. Trent was shorter than I thought. Trent's not like short. I just thought he was also like 6'4". I don't know why. Trell J Sports. See, I don't know Trell. I want to talk shit about Trell. I don't know. I don't really know him at all. So when people are like, "Oh, he's on your," I was like, I don't like know who that is really. I think I've like talked to him like once. Is he big? I have no idea. What have I started here? Ref is massive. I like Ref. See, I don't want to fight these people. I like all of them. I don't really have any. There's no really on gambling Twitter that I don't like. Like, I think there's snakes in the grass, and I think there's marketers who are stupid, but there's no one I dislike. I think everyone is just like, I've met so many friends on gambling Twitter. A couple people I like. I love Dr. Profit. I don't know if you guys know him on Twitter. Dude's a stud. Love Dr. Profit. Who else do I really like? Well, Krabs, Javon, the whole Pikkit crew I think are awesome. Who else on gambling Twitter do I really like? You versus Cohen. I'd smoke producer Clone. Would smoke. Actually, football player, linebacker.
No.
I would smoke him. No, but he'd be a tough one. He's shorter than me, but he's stocky and he's strong as shit. That'd be a tough one. But I'd smoke him. But it'd be a tough one. Fat girls love fat girls. Adam versus Big Whale Balls on the undercard. What about Nappy on the play? See, I don't know. Oh, see, I love Matty Betts. Love G. Like all. Arm versus Big Whale Balls. Peter would step on the Gen. I mean, the dude's eating turkey meatloaf. You think I wouldn't smoke him in a fight? No, but DeJet's one of my favorite people in the entire online space. Gotta clip that. Pete indeed loves fat girls. I love them all. Peter, stand up and take off your shirt. Dave Martinez, Burner, let's relax a little bit. Let's just cool the Jets a little bit. Let's cool the Jets a little bit. Let's cool the Jets. No one's going to say dislike someone midstream. Let's all slam Mariners. Don't we have who's coming on next? Is everyone late?
No, it's not his time yet because our arm was waiting. Javon said 5:40 that when the dot will be here. Then it's 5:39 minutes.
And Javon's here. Not only is Javon number one in the leaderboard, he's punctual.
So punctual.
Aram, no idea where he is. Javon, number one in the leaderboard, punctual, and ready to rock today. And you took the Pirates. and I'm kind of pissed I didn't take them too. But they won 11-1 yesterday, and I just got scared.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't take him yesterday. I was with you, but take him today.
I told you take the Pirates yesterday, and you said,
"Hey, 100%."
I got to pat myself on the back because I haven't had a good season.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. You got to. When you hit, or not even when you hit on the Pirates, but when you're right about the Pirates, that's something that you got to be confident about.
It's electric.
But yeah, this is probably like one of the squarest days that I think I've come in with, not just on the card, but like just in general.
I agree. I'm taking Dodgers for 5. Syndergaard, show me.
Yeah, I'm taking -1.5. I'm good.
Yeah.
But that one got pitched a little too much for my liking today to put it on the card here. But taking the Pirates, though, that's definitely a square up spot that I'm good to. Adam Wainwright, like I think he's going to have another horrid start. The one I guess thing that he's had a little bit of success with, like he has been terrible all year with everything pretty much, but against teams that are like really bad against curveballs, he's found a little bit of success, which, opponents are hitting 305 off of them, which in any sample size you would say is not good. But when you have 4 other pitches that are 350, 360, the sinker is like the worst pitch in baseball with hitting like 410 off of it. I see Gino chirping. He's coming for me. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. But this is like the one thing the Pirates do well. They hit curveballs really well. So a lot of this young team, I think they're going to be very patient and kind of sit on that off speed. And I think that's going to work really well for them. And like they're not a great sinker hitting team, but you have the sinker of Adam Wainwright, which is negative 22 run value at this point. With guys are hitting over 400 with it, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think they're going to have any trouble in this matchup. And I do like Johan Oviedo too. I think he's going to have a pretty solid start against the majority of this Cardinals lineup, which is a little weird today. They shook it up a little bit. So I kind of like that for Oviedo, and I think he has a pretty decent start.
Isn't it weird that it's like back-to-back days you and I have been on the Pirates against the Cardinals as like either short dogs or favorites, like the Cardinals, man?
Yeah.
Like just horrible.
It's weird.
And I have
super weird.
No problem with you fading him at all. Let's get to pick number 2.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know which one we have up here.
Washington
the Nets.
team total. Wow.
The Nets, yeah. I mean, this is probably at this point one of my favorite bets of the MLB season. Them and maybe the A's, but I'm taking them today.
Not.
No. I'm just saying like recurring.
Yes,
recurring.
yeah, absolutely. I was like,
Yeah.
the Nationals team total is your favorite bet of the season. So
No. I'm just saying the amount of times that I've gone to it successfully, it has a special place in my heart at this point. So this is also a squad ride. We're going with it today. Carlos Rodon's like another pitcher who's been horrendous, really against anybody, but especially against any team confident against lefties. And he's had 3 starts against teams that rank in the top half of the league against lefties, and he has above an 11 ERA in those 3 starts. So he's been absolutely horrendous. And this is the Nationals, too, who are not only more than competent against lefties, but they also don't strike out. So I think that's going to be a big problem for Rodon today. I was eyeing that strikeout line because I was very curious to see where it would move. Most of the time against the Nationals, you're going to see, steam towards the under overnight or whatever, but it's a big move. He was -145 to the over 5.5 before I went to bed. So I always do my little screen recordings, but yeah, I woke up and we're seeing, -130 to the under and still dropping, which is crazy to say, even for the Nationals against the lefty. So I think when you look at like a lot of the lineup, like he's either going to have horrid command where he's not competitive, or he's going to fill up the strike zone, which is going to be a real problem for guys like Lane Thomas and guys like Joey Meneses. So I think that he just gets destroyed in this game. And I think it's going to be very early and often we're going to find out the Nationals are tapping him up a bit.
Did you pair it with Judge under a home run for 8 units?
I left that to Krabs, man. I left that to Krabs. You can have it.
That
Be rooting for him.
That graphic was phenomenal.
Graphic is hilarious.
Graphic is hilarious. Why not Nationals money line? Just for people asking in chat.
Yeah, Josiah Gray in Yankee Stadium is not something that I'm all that thrilled about backing, to be honest with you. Like, if he gets a decent start, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees cop a couple short porch. Hopefully it's not Judge, but then we get into like the latter half of the game. I mean, who has the super clear advantage there, unfortunately. But, the Nationals bullpen is terrible, and they have a couple arms they've brought out who have been really bad, who are also lefties. I think Farrer is probably going to be slated to come out of the pen today, too. So that scares me a little bit. So I'm staying away from that. Skimming him to score 4 runs and call it a day.
Fair enough. Let's keep going. We got more Mariners.
Yeah, Mariners.
Hottest team in baseball.
Yeah, and I kind of talked myself into this one throughout the day because I love the matchup for Brian Wu. I'm an avid Brian Wu fader when you have a team in our lineup that's stacked with lefties. I've done it a couple times with the Twins, with a couple of the other teams. He's facing the White Sox, who if Andrew Benintendi, Yohan Moncada, and Yasmani Grandal want to beat me by themselves, be my guest.
It's exactly what Mid-Major said when he took the White Sox team total under yesterday. You see Luis Castillo threw 43 straight fastballs.
Dude, that was hilarious.
That was awesome.
And like the main concern here for me was you do have Brian Wood coming off the IL. So, I mean, he's especially it being a forearm injury. So I'm a little hesitant to back him. Maybe he's not going as long as we think, but I'm perfectly fine to back him. I just think his matchup against the White Sox is too good to pass up. And even when you talk about like, doesn't that mean you'd want to back the first 5 in case something later in the game happens? No, because the White Sox bullpen is horrendous too. And the Mariners quite obviously have the advantage in that situation too. So I'll square up with this one, lay the unit on the -160. And if the Mariners sell, I get to dance in their parade. So it's a win-win for me.
Dude, another card which I love. Back to back to back. Everyone who's pitched plays today, I love the entire card from everybody. I think it's going to be a great day for Stream or
it could just be horrendous.
Horrendous. Like it's bloodbath. It's almost like I like these too much. But I mean, great pitches. What am I going to say? I love the pitches, but we got Prize Picks entries.
I do. I guess I can start at the bottom there with Lane Thomas, who I guess I'm taking for all of the reasons that I'm backing the Nationals today. I want a guy who's going to barrel up fastballs in the zone against lefties, and boom, Lane Thomas is your guy. They're going to score runs. I think he's going to be the spark plug up there with CJ Abrams as well. Spencer Steer is a good one, who he's going against Giolito today. He's a fastball slider guy who's been getting barreled up, and that's kind of exactly what I want with Spencer Steer. Steer's like, you really struggle to find guys who are better away from Great American Ballpark than they are there, especially on the super young team with the Reds. And what do you know? Spencer Steer is much better on the road. Like, he has much better at-bats aside from just the simple stats that you find with his average and power and everything there. So better road hitter going up against a really good matchup where I think the Reds also score runs today. They're very close to being added to my card, but with the doubleheader looming tomorrow, whenever that's happened, they've had very curious pitching situations or pitching decisions from David Bell. So that kind of keeps me away, not knowing the unpredictable there. But I think they score today. I think Steer in the middle of that lineup. I think he said cleanup today is going to be a pretty big part of that. So that's my first one.
Fantastic.
I got another one.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, this is in a separate one, not just because I have 4 that I love, but Mitch Garver. I don't know if he's going to play. I hope he's going to play. Every time I take him, he doesn't end up playing. So putting it in this one, this is like my Vaughn Grissom play from yesterday. It's just more of a
check the lineup.
Up. I don't think it's out yet, is it?
It might not be. We're checking for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a later game.
No, it's not out yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I figured that. But, yeah, Mitch Garver, this is a very curious square to me, why this is up against Zach Gallen when Mitch Garver, we all know he's in there to be a lefty killer. It's been absolutely pretty pathetic the last couple of weeks against right-handed pitching, even though he's been gone cold for the last week or so, and he had a stretch where he went on a little quick hitting streak the week before that. Still pitiful against righties in that stretch. So very curious to why this is up, and I love fading Zach Gallen today, and this is how I've decided to do it with this little weird square up here too. Then I took Kutch over half a run, guy who's seen Wainwright a million times. I think the Pirates put up plenty of runs in this game. So
his BVP is like 30 for all. Yeah, he's like, oh my God, these guys have been facing off against each other for 30 years.
Yeah, it's insane. So, I mean, he's seen him plenty of times, and I like the matches for a lot of guys that are surrounding him in the lineup today. Obviously, I think the Pirates are going to score plenty of runs, especially from the guys that are coming up behind him. So that's my Pirate square. I had to throw a Pirate square in there somewhere. So
if there's one player I'd love to interview, I mean, there's plenty, but I would love to interview McCutchen, and I would love to ask him facing Wainwright throughout the years how it's changed. Because Wainwright, there's a reason why he might get in the Hall of Fame. It's just now he's the worst pitcher. So a young Adam Wainwright when McCutchen was an MVP when they were both at the top of their game to now they're both veterans on their way out. But, McCutchen is still fine. I also feel like he would just be the most interesting guy to talk to. But Javon, typical winners.
Hope so.
Keep it going, my friend. Thanks for coming on, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
We will, or you will.
Peace. Talk to you. Okay, we got Gino. Also, first, Gino, before you just come on, I want to preface it. My bad. You always send me your plays in the morning, and normally we send them off. I sent them late. So lines may have changed because you're normally on the right side. I fucked up. So
I want you guys to see what's happening here. I'm being sabotaged. I am being sabotaged.
I love it. No, because I've already come up with my excuses that I'm on here every day with all of my picks and everybody else picks and chooses their spots. So I've already taken that excuse. you're right for the excuse. So we're going to put up the play. You tell me if the line is not
Yeah,
betted
well,
anymore.
I talked myself out of a W.
I know you did in the A's 1 through
I
5.
don't like that.
So do whatever you want to do. So, for example, you got this play.
GSR
select
has
the
my
price.
back. Thank you, GSR.
That's Thrasher.
This is a good play, so we'll ride this out. So I got a lot of plays today. Again, if we're calling last minute audibles, there's a couple I would add. I am really low on Snell today from a fantasy perspective, so I would be on a lot of Snell's unders. I really like the over 4. Do you have that in the first half? Padres Marlins. If you had to look at that on MGM right now.
I mean, we can't give you like late plays because
okay.
we just go by submitted. But yeah, why don't we just go check BetMGM and see what we're at here?
It's no worries then. The reason is I'm trying again. This is how I bet, guys. So I put my plays in early.
Yeah, 4 at -110 for the first 5.
I love that play.
Yeah.
So guys out there, you guys place that bet. That is a really good bet. Miami Padres over 4 first 5. So just so you guys know, again, we'll get you the plays that are official, but what you guys know I do, when I find money value early, I immediately bet it. That's the first half of my plays. That's what Pete gets. And a lot of what you guys are missing out on is then when things move away from me and create value, that's the other half of my plays. So I don't like being against good guys like Javon, and I think I'm against you too. You were texting me this. I like St. Louis today. Not early.
No, yeah, I didn't end up betting Pittsburgh.
I only like it now because I've gained 15 points of value. Where I don't think that's I don't believe the homie. What'd you call him, Wayno? Yeah. I don't believe the homie Wayno should be as disrespected as he is. But again,
he might be the worst pitcher on the planet.
I didn't like him early, but you give me 15 points of value. I like him now. So long story short, let's move past this one. Cincinnati, LA under. Oh yeah. Huge fan of the Marlins today. I see a lot of value on the Marlins team total over, the first 5 over. I like this every way from Sunday. Everyone is high on Snell. Snell's a beast. It's just overcompensating. He's getting too much respect. The value has evaporated. It is all on the other side. That's why I love this Marlins play. I haven't done well going against Snell, so that's why it's a half a unit. It's like the value's there, but my confidence is not high.
I agree. I was leaning towards the over, and then I'm just like, I know. And even if it hits, I'm working with 2 organizations that I just hate watching. The Marlins versus Padres. I haven't even dipped a toe in this series because it's just like, I know that like I might win the bet, and it's just, I'm going to be pissed. And I was like, I value my mental health. Gino.
Arizona saved me yesterday. I was about to have a bloodbath. My Giants have hung me up to dry on 3 straight plays.
I was on them too. I mean, just horrible.
They just got laid. So past the Marlins, what do we got here? Here we go. Here we go. So you got to stay ugly here. Man, this is Giolito. Why?
What are you doing?
So let me explain this one, guys. Because I only have like 10 tricks, so I'm sorry for being a broken record. But this actually is a new trick that I don't think any of you have heard. So Giolito, I believe his over/under was 7.5 Ks. Does that sound accurate?
It's like, I think it was 6.5 majorly juiced the over, but he's around the 7 mark.
Which, if you look at his last 8 starts, he's touched it once. And this doesn't make any sense on any universe. So this is where I think someone knows something I don't know. And I love the value here on the Angels at -145. I will not bet Giolito to hang me out to dry again, but someone knows something about this matchup and how Giolito does against this Cincinnati lineup, because the books were laying out 7.5 early. I do think it would have got bought down. A lot of sharp people on the under, but that's just too obvious of an under. Just be careful. That's when I don't jump all over it. When I see 7.5 and I'm like, the line's sticking, and they're betting the under, and not for me. So. And I am not a fan of Ashcraft. I think you are. Are you a fan of Ashcraft, or am I putting words in?
No, I'm a fan of Ashcraft when he's feeling it, if that makes sense. Like there are runs where I've made on Ashcraft and then I get on the wrong side of him and it's like, holy shit. He is the definition of so hit or miss, because sometimes when the cutter and the slider are working, I'm like, dude, it's so hard to hit him. but then he leaves it in the middle of the zone and it's beach balls. And so it's
That's
like, I only can bet him when he's on a heater, but then it's like, I bet him too many times.
Yeah.
Then he burns.
And then shouting out the homie Javon right there. I'm telling y'all guys, I'm on the over in the Giolito strikeouts, especially now that you gave me one free. So I don't have a Prize Picks play, but I just like feeling free stuff. It's unofficial. We didn't make one, but for my Prize Picks play, assuming no one sharp is on the under, now that you got a full K gifted down to 6.5, I like that over. To me, the true line was the 7.5. That's why I didn't jump on it. It didn't feel right. It felt so out of place. And now that it went down a full run by people betting it, he's only done that 1 of 8 starts. That's a long time. So I just like math like that. So we can go past.
Yeah, let's keep going. Tigers. Oh, God.
What are your thoughts here?
I hate them. Well, I love them. And I bet them so many times. And they're the reason I'm down on the year. So short price at home.
Tigers, they played good on the road. Didn't they just – I forget.
They're going to win today, Gino. When I don't bet on them, they win. And it's like I just can't figure them out. I'm not betting them today. They're going to win.
Yeah, and the reason this one jumped up to 1 unit, I have no fantasy plays on this, just a simple. I had this minus 115. I had Detroit true line with Olsen here versus Smiley is minus 115. So,
you know the ballpark pal model, which I use, which, I'm good friends with Aaron. And like, I use it as a tool. It's not like I model bet. Like you have a model, which you stick to. And I respect that. I don't. Like I'm against a model play of mine today. I love this Orioles Blue Jays under, and the model likes the over. We'll see what happens. Yeah. My model put the Blue Jays. It's not my model. Ballpark Pal model put the Blue Jay or the Tigers yesterday at minus 184, and today it's minus 160.
And so 160. I only had 115, so I respect it. I like my play even more. 74% is on Cubs minus 1.5. That's the squarest play in this
That's
game.
what it was yesterday too.
62% on the Cubs money line, and it's locked in. Hasn't moved. So again, this is just my old school. It's me in Vegas versus the public. I'll take that any day of the week, especially at plus money.
I know it's gonna hit.
Especially at plus money.
Let's go to the next play.
This was almost my play of the day. Man. The only thing we had projecting super high here is an Aaron Judge home run. So for you real sickos out there, Aaron Judge is projecting.
Krabs put 8 units on the under the minus 300.
So I want y'all to zoom in here. This is the highest Aaron Judge home run projection of the year. The highest of the year is on this game. And I like the under so much, I still bet it. But this of the year, this is the highest shot projection of Aaron Judge. And I bet that I only got plus 240. And I still bet because I have no one else scoring in this game. But this is the highest of the year. And I'm so poor Krabs. I wish he was here to see this. This is the highest moonshot projection for Aaron Judge of the year.
Please, Jack Henry, somebody clip this and tag cross and just feel like the Cheeto's betting on the over.
Just projecting out first inning, first at bat, first 3 batters. What does he say?
Oh, no.
This is the highest of the year, my dudes. So
there it goes. See ya.
Still like the under. So really love the under here. That was the only reason this isn't my 2-unit play, guys. Just so you know, that the only reason is it's so weird to have an under and then one player to hit a home run. I'm like so pigeonholed here. But guys, just be careful. I only bet like 1/10 of a unit to a 1/4 unit. This is a 1/4 unit on Judge because it's the highest projection of the year. I can't believe someone's on the no home run. Sick. When you need a win, I get it. What do they charge on that? Like minus 500? I don't even know.
Minus 300.
Minus 300. Okay, so it's juiced, but it's not too painfully juiced. Yeah. So he's going yard. It's gonna be 2-3 Yankees with his home run.
Okay. Javon and Javon's been fantastic with especially the Nationals team total overs. He is on the team total over for the Nats.
Oh wow. Well, I gotta make some moves against him. That's what I'm doing here. So
I like it. It could be 4-2 Nats, and your under hits.
Either way, I have this under projected by a full run. The only reason I'm not 2 units is I have Aaron Judge in the home run. So it was just like, how I move my half unit things.
Yeah.
It was just like a strike against that. Otherwise, everything went under for me.
I am curious. The total I saw the most value on the board today was this Orioles Blue Jays under. Did you have anything on that?
Yeah, let me pull it up. I can pull up real quick and just see what we're working with.
Because when we have you, we don't have anybody. Well, Cali Wager's going to be here in a second, but
yeah, we can buy some time. Let me just pull up. I'll give you all the totals I have. And again, these are just leans. These are just if you made me bet them. They're not on the official card. The totals I had were the under National Yankees, which I already gave, and then we have all games. Sorry, guys. I got a couple here.
Judge by submission plus 300.
I mean, dude, if he just lights it up. So I got Miami. I got the unders in National Yank. Under 4 there. I like the under in Dodgers, Cleveland. That was there. I like the over in Mets, Atlanta. The over in I have the over in the first 5 and the game with the Marlins, Padres. I got a lot of value on that. I got the over in the game. It's over 7 minus 103 when it opened. So I think I got some CLV there. I did not have the Dodgers show up anywhere, but I do have Dodgers losing that game as EV positive. I didn't actually bet it, but I had Cleveland as EV positive, anything over 160.
I took Dodgers first 5.
And just so you know, I think that's the only game that I saw today with reverse line movement. The majority of money in tickets and the line dropped 10%.
Yeah.
Toward Cleveland. But I'm sure you know the Dodgers are good and you don't care about that kind of stuff. Just EV.
No, I care. I just I'm fading the Dodgers. I'm fading the Guardians early. I want to see Syndergaard against the Dodgers.
I saw as high as 93% is on Dodgers minus 1.5. That to me is insane.
Yeah.
Guys, if you love a play, just do me a favor. If you ever see 90-something% on something, just write it down in pencil. Make a notepad just for the 90% column. Still bet it. Do your thing. I'm not trying to take away fun from people. I promise you, if you don't bet the 90%, you will be up money at the end of the day. There's just certain thresholds when the books cross. That's the only time I get a little suspect about, damn, do they make a call? Because when it's stacked that high, they don't lose. They don't lose macro. But
Gino, appreciate you, my friend. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
Later.
All right. Aram, you're late. I can't believe you. No, but we'll get Jake on because he just has one play. He's coming on at 6. He's jumping on right now, and then we'll go straight to you, Aram. Yeah, so if you guys don't want to take Dodgers because of what you just heard, don't take it. I'm taking Dodgers first 5. I'm willing to put a unit on it. I'll lose my unit. I don't care. I'm fading Syndergaard. We got Jake Hazen in the car. Let's get to you quick, my friend. Work to do. What's going on?
What up, buddy? What up? Just got off, ready to pitch a winner, hopefully.
Winner yesterday. Mariners team total cash in the first inning.
Yeah, that was huge, man. Just came on, just said, fuck it, dude. Castillo overs. This is a square pick. That's all I have to tell you. And it came through, thankfully. The boys are hot.
Boys are hot. Minnesota, Milwaukee, first 5 over.
Yeah, so this is kind of going to another thing I kind of just like backing, the Mariners. I see that game. I don't have to think too much. I see a game like that. I'm 80%, 90% certain I'm betting one thing, which is the over, because I've noticed Castillo games, they've been storing over this year. I mean, we just saw that he just got fucking 14 runs scored. They just show up for him. Even when they were their bats were dead, they just showed up for him. And now their bats are actually hot. They're going nuts. I think the last 3 starts to Castillo, they scored 8+ runs every time.
Insane.
I don't know what it is, dude. They just show up for the guy. And this is kind of a similar thing. Not the exact same system, obviously. At least Castillo doesn't pitch for either of these guys. But whenever 2 low ERA pitchers seem to match up, it just seems to soar over. It definitely depends on the circumstance. But, I mean, this is a game where, this is kind of a contrarian angle that I look at for these type of games. 2 low ERA pitchers. I call them ace overs just to make it, simple, even though I think no one would argue these guys are aces. But, they're both sub-3 guys. No one likes these offenses. It's the Twins and Brewers, but Twins bats are kind of hot. Not really hot, just kind of. They've been better against lefties. Their platoon's trying to kind of even out. And then you look at the Brewers, and I could say their bats are kind of hot. They're kind of hot. I was cashed on them in that Texas Rangers series, so I have a decent idea how this team's doing right now. They're kind of scorching, just kind of though. And yeah, two low ERA guys, aka ace overs. Neither of those guys are really aces, but it doesn't really matter for this system. Going first 5 over. Like I said, I don't really have many the classic Jake Fazen bore you to death with X stats, and it's like I'm so fucking far from the lab, so I'm only coming out with one play. And like my other plays is like I'm betting the Orioles because like Blue Jays caught steam, and the Orioles kind of dominate the Blue Jays. And my other play in the day, which is a first 5 team total, only because Syndergaard's bad. Like, I'm just taking plays that don't require a lot of brain power right now because that's kind of where I'm at, and this is one of them. And hopefully it hits. Hopefully it works out. If I go 0-5, 0-10 for my next like 4 days from just not labbing too hard, gotta adjust. But until then, we're just gonna say fuck it.
Good stuff, my man. And just to confirm, Twitch, the car is not moving. He is parked.
Yeah, we're parked in beautiful South Dakota where it's 115 degrees with humidity. Can't get it, dude. It's scorching out here, and it's also super cold. There's extremes all the time. You can't get away from it.
Good for South Dakota. We'll talk to you soon. All right, I want to get you out of here, but I appreciate it, my friend. I think it's gonna hit. Good shit. Peace.
Hopefully.
We'll talk to you. Arm Layton.
Sorry about it. Didn't mean to mess up the schedule here.
You messed up everything. Now you need winners.
So now I have to spend an afternoon with big whale balls. Arm Layton. I actually get that one a lot. I am not very punctual. We got winners.
Punctual. Arm Layton, not. But hopefully both deliver winners.
Like oil and water, me and punctuality here. But winners are coming, and I think this is how we kind of get back into it.
Look at Big Will.
Love this show and all the guests. Thanks for all you do. Wow. Thanks, Big Whale Balls. I appreciate you. Yes, I am half Armenian. All right. Phillies money line. Oh, we're going Red Sox money line. Sorry, Red Sox money line. This is my smallest play. It's a sprinkle. I'll be fully honest. I like this for a full unit. I just really don't like the Red Sox because I have so many futures against them that I had to sprinkle a half unit. With it being plus, we're gonna win a little bit more than half a unit. I wanted to just put it out there. I think they're gonna win. Tanner Houck has looked phenomenal in his rehab appearances. I went back and watched those 2 4-inning spurts in AAA. I thought he looked really, really good. And Verlander's just been vulnerable, right? Like I don't really know what else to say about it. I know the Mariners have been hot, and I think people are looking at it from that lens. But I also just think the Astros aren't playing their best ball right now, and I think this is an opportunity here for Houck to come in, give them some quality innings. The Astros haven't been great of late, and I think the Red Sox take this one. I think you're just taking the hot team over a team that's kind of cooling off a little bit right now.
I like it, my friend. I like it. Let's keep going. Twins.
Okay, come on. Peter, who's pitching for the Twins today?
Bailey Ober's pitching for the Twins today.
Come on. It has not been profitable like your Cal Quantrill play, but I know that it's coming. And I'm going to die on the hill that is Bailey Ober. Here's the thing. It's priced nicely because everybody knows that the Twins don't hit left-handed pitching well. They don't. And I know that's
they've been hitting him better, though. They've been hitting him better lately.
They have been of late, and I think they're going to get another crack here against Wade Miley, and I think they're going to hold up their end of the bargain. The Twins have been playing a little bit better baseball of late. I trust Bailey Ober. I think this Brewers lineup, you look at it 1 through 9 right now, I just feel like Ober is going to kind of mow through them pretty quickly here, and I'll take the starting pitching advantage. I'll take the lineup that I think is better, and roll with the Minnesota Twins, who are starting to kind of get it rolling a little bit here.
I like the play. Let's go play number. Ooh, this big time over. Gino was just talking about how much he likes the over too.
I love this over, man. I hate fading my guy Jesus Luzardo, friend of the show at the Just Baseball Show, guy that we'll have on the pod at the end of the season. But what happened last time I was on, I was talking about how Luzardo's hit his innings limit, and he is not limit, sorry, his innings marker, and has not been the same since, right? This is a guy that's battled injury concerns and battled a lot of injuries through the years and has worked his ass off to get healthy, and it's been awesome to see him do that. But he's been phenomenal this year, and now has hit like a mark where he has never even sniffed. in terms of innings, and you've definitely seen him fall off a little bit. He's leaving balls up, and it's been getting him killed in terms of the long ball. If there's a team that's going to hit velocity that's left up, it's the San Diego Padres. You flip it around, though, and you get the Marlins here against Blake Snell, and I think that's part of the reason why we've gotten under. But Blake Snell, like, yes, he's been fantastic, but the Marlins are better against left-handed pitching. It's not like Blake Snell has been this, 6 innings shutout every single time. Like, it's a lot of really quality starts of 6 innings, 2 runs, 7 innings, 3 runs. If that's what the Marlins can put up here, I feel very confident that the Padres are going to put up 4, 5, 6 runs of their own. I think the Marlins are going to be able to put up 2, maybe 3 against Snell, and then get another 1 or 2 against the bullpen. I thought 7.5 was way too low on this one, and I think this is one of the more glaring. I think it is the most glaring over/under on the board today. I was very surprised to see it where it's at, given the struggles of Luzardo and the Marlins' ability to hit lefties, despite Snell being as good as he is.
I totally agree with you. And your talk about Luzardo was just ringing in my ears this morning. But I've looked at this series and thought to myself, who are the 2 teams I hate betting on the most?
Yeah, these 2 are up there.
These 2 against each other. I was like, I don't even want, I could hit the bet, but I'm going to be texting the Just Baseball chat. Like, it's first inning at 0-0.
Dude,
bet is over. I hate this already.
It's so funny, dude. Every time you tell the Marlins, I see you texting in there, and I'm like, welcome to the fucking show, man. Like,
I hate it.
Like, what's wrong with the Marlins?
But, I hate them.
No, they're miserable. Also worth noting, Padres 5th in baseball against southpaws in OPS. So
they're fantastic against lefties.
I don't know.
You think they'd hit them, right?
Trap. It's almost so obvious it feels like a trap. So we'll see. But to me, this is a layup.
Let's go. Phillies. Whoa.
3-unit bomb. I got a bunch of shit from San Francisco Giants Twitter for ranking Kyle Harrison, the number 91 ranked prospect in baseball. Kyle Harrison, he might turn in a decent start. There's a chance. But if he does it, it's by throwing 80% fastballs, and you're just going to see a team struggle to get on top of fastballs. I find it hard to believe that the Philadelphia Phillies are going to struggle to get on top of fastballs from Kyle. Another team, by the way, top 10 in the game against southpaws. I just find it very difficult for the Phillies to not be able to hit a very one-dimensional Kyle Harrison, who has lost the slider that had become his bread and butter last year, changing the shape of it, and now it is a shell of what it was. His changeup, which was a plus pitch last year, is unusable this year. He's thrown it 6 times in his last 6 outings total. It was a plus pitch last year. His command, not good. Last 2 outings, it's been fine, and I think that's why they brought him up. This is a Giants team in panic mode. I don't think it's a vote of confidence in Kyle Harrison. Look at Wade Meckler out there in center field. This is a team just trying to throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. And I think they're doing that with Kyle Harrison. The Phillies are the better team right now. They're the better team, period. Taijuan Walker's been fine. I was looking at this over. I think if you like this over, that's another good play too. But it was already kind of high. I think that we're going to see the Phillies ambush Kyle Harrison. And I think he might battle some command issues as well. Even if he's decent, he's not going more than 5. And I think the Phillies can get to the bullpen. So I just feel like there's different methods to victory here. And I'm all over the Phillies. The Giants, I think, are going to start to hit a little bit of a snag here.
I could totally see that. Play number 4, though. We ain't done. Oh, no. That's the last play of the day.
That's the last play of the day. This is the day that gets me back in the competition, baby.
We need it. We need it because you know what's scary? I was saying that when Javon came up, I love everyone's card, which is no, but like not just yours. Like everyone has had great pitches today. There has been one moment where I'm like, the only time I went like this was when DeGen came on and said a 4.5 team total, and I love the pitch. But it's just because he has gotten hooked on 4.5 team totals before, not because I didn't like the pitch. I love the pitch. And I just I love everybody's plays.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Also, shout out Big Whale Balls. You're the boy.
You're the boy.
You're the boy.
Look at this.
Let's sweep today. Look at us.
Look at us. We're all growing.
Look at us.
It only took 5 months. Appreciate you, Arm.
It only took me being down 14 units where he's like, I just feel bad for this guy at this point. I'm going to stop chirping him. All right, guys. See ya. I'll be back in the thick of things after today.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Bombs. Talk to you. All right, we got California Wager to round us out. What's up, my friend? We were both on the Giants. We were both on the Astros yesterday. I mean, Giants, like, what's your team doing? Astros, though, bang.
Astros banged. Padres.
Oh, Padres team total 2. Yeah, you went up yesterday.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a good one. They hit that grand slam, so that's always a nice one with your team total. But yeah, back again. So it's been a good second half. We've
been a great second half for you.
Piping these plays out, trying to get as many as we can here. So we'll get rolling today. We got 3 plays today. We'll bounce right back on what he was just talking about. I'm taking the other side tonight. I'm playing the fade game against the Astros. Kind of what we just heard. I'm iffy on Verlander. He's had some great starts. Obviously, he's still Verlander. I like the price point.
We don't have this play submitted by you.
What do you?
Oh,
you don't?
Do. Oh, we do. Wait,
you do?
Mr. Cohen is going into the thing.
Double check what you have just so we can be sure.
Do we have Red Sox money line for you?
We should have Red Sox money line.
Okay. Yeah, we have Red Sox money line. Okay,
cool.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, like the value tonight. I expected a little bit of regression yesterday coming off that Yankees series. I think this is a good spot for them to get back, bounce back. I see Verlander getting hit around a little bit. And, I like the value today. We got it, in a pretty decent plus number. And, fits my eye well.
Fair enough.
Pirates today. This is a pure feel play. I need to get back in the contest a little bit more. I love the odds today. I mean, Wainwright hasn't won since 2012 at this rate. It's
been a full decade since his last win.
I was playing Little League last time that he had won a game. But yeah, I mean, the odds are great. And the Pirates put up 11 yesterday. I'm not going to try to catch a falling sword right now. Give me a chance again. Give me a positive outlook right now with a team who, has been very up and down. And, this is a Pirates team who, hey, they get confident with that youth. They could do it again for another couple of games in a row. You expect big loops with this kind of team. And this is the opportunity right now, especially with this contest, to jump in and find some good value. So we're taking them on the run line today.
Let's get after it. Play number 3.
Final play of the day. We are taking the Braves on the run line as well. You look at McGill, he's been awful on the road, just terrible. His numbers are fooling if you look at what his splits are. But 2-4 on the road, an 8.2 ERA. Been abysmal to say the least. And then you look on the other side, a guy who's been the polar opposite with Bryce Elder, and 5-1 with a 3.12. And with the exception of yesterday, the Braves have been beaten up on the Mets for a while, and I expect them to get back to it again today. The Mets are playing decent. They've been on a nice little streak, but we've seen the Mets for the last month just go up, down, up, down, up, down, and this could be the beginning of that down again. However, I do really like this matchup. I think the Braves put up enough against McGill that they handle business.
Cali Wager, 3 plays, 3 winners, great card. I'm getting kind of nervous. I don't know if you heard me when I was talking to Arm. I love everybody's plays, which could either mean the stream does amazing today or we all get destroyed.
I better make a parlay and fade everything, is what you're saying.
Appreciate you, my friend, and we'll talk to you soon. Stay hot, my friend, all right?
Cheers, brother. Have a good Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, all we have is Ben Carey's 7 plays. He's dealing with his kid today, so we're just going to put them all on screen. Producer Cohen, could you just put them all up there? Is that possible? Okay. So let's just go one by one. So what was the San Diego one? San Diego first 5 money line, 2-unit bomb on Snell. Let's see. We'll see. Cincinnati, LA over against Gino. I think Gino's on that under, right? Yep, he's on the under. We'll see. People are going at each other in the competition. Rays by 2 or more. We'll see. He is a Rockies fan, and he's fading his team, so that is something. Nationals. He says, screw Javon. I'm taking them on the money line today. Keep going. Braves. Hammer. And then this prize picks entry. So who do we got here? We got Shohei Ohtani over 8 fantasy score. Matt Olson over his fantasy score. Aaron Judge under his fantasy score. And Randy Arozarena over his fantasy score. And then we got another one. Martin Maldonado literally to just arrive at the ballpark. And Zach Littell, he thinks he's going to shove today. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of stream. Appreciate you guys coming through. We got to end it now because we got games going on in 20 minutes. Good luck out there to all who tail or fade. Let's just try and make as much money as possible. We have to remember, It's not gambling advice. See you tomorrow, guys.